Hello everybody. During the Johnny Depp defamation trial, a witness was called up to the stand named Dr. David Spiegel. And oh boy, you could tell he did not like Johnny Depp's team at all. The faces he was making actually says it all. But let's take a look.
Well, I do think that the fact that he thought that Amber owed him, Ms. Heard owed him.
Objection, Your Honor.
Thank you. Go ahead.
The fact that Ms. Heard owed him and only wanted to be together with him because of his fame, to some degree, this whole trial is that.
Objection, Your Honor. That's not record evidence. Speculation.
Please continue.
That this whole trial, in terms of narcissistic insult, is what's going on in Hollywood, and then this was pulled the rug without.
Objection, Your Honor. Can we
I think
be...
he's able to explain what he's sustained that objection. Can you explain what you mean by this whole trial?
This
Honor,
proceeding
can we
will go.
approach?
This court case we're going through.
There's an objection, sir.
So I didn't call Mr. Depp an idiot. I certainly called that planning an idiot. I didn't call him an idiot.
So the words, so I mean he's an idiot, are mistranscribed?
No, I'm sure, again, if I said it in that if you're just reading one line, one snippet, I'm sure it was in the context I just said. But again, you have it in front of you, I don't.
Yeah. Is idiot a professional opinion?
I wasn't rendering professional opinion.
Yeah. Is it a psychiatric opinion?
And that follows the Goldwater rule.
How does it follow that?
Oh, you just said that. I'm not rendering a professional opinion. I just said idiot. That's not a Goldwater.
So idiot is not a professional opinion. Mm-hmm. Is it your practice to describe people as idiots?
In my practice, no, I don't describe people my clinical cases as idiots or patients as idiots or victims as idiots. No, sir.
You would agree with me that it's probably a good idea to think about the questions that are asked you in a court proceeding before answering them.
Am I allowed to answer that question?
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's not one whit of evidence that this ever happened here.
I guess what I said. I just said I find it hard to believe. I didn't say it. I said I find it hard to believe. That's all I said.
Oh, yeah, but what you found hard to believe, sir, was that every line of the script was pumped through an earpiece. Where did you ever get the idea that occurred?
That's what I read in the court review, the court evidence. That's where I got it from.
Right. And you know whether Marlon Brando used an earpiece?
Isn't he dead?
Yeah.
So the answer is no. He does not use one now.
No, I used the past tense.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know nothing. I will concede to you. I know nothing about acting.
Relative to Mr. Depp.
Again, I believe you just commented on what it takes to do in a psychiatric evaluation to establish a diagnosis. I'm almost certain that's what you said. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you didn't say that. But I'm sure you did. And then under the rubric of expert witness testimony, you are saying I acted unethically under the rubric of expert witness testimony. So if you, sir, would like to proceed that expert witnesses are unethical, based on that, I am not going to sit here and disagree with you and waste everyone's time. I think it's fairly obvious. So thank you. Go ahead. These were your words. I'm just saying them back how they're interpreted.
Okay. Let's start with the easy question then. Maybe we can...
That was pretty easy. Go ahead.
All right, Doctor, you're going to have to just answer the questions.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
You need to just answer the questions, Dr. Spiegel.
You are not rendering any diagnosis whatsoever of Mr. Depp today or ever. Because you know you can't compare pirates to sworn testimony, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But you can, but as an aside, you can judge someone's processing speed at any time. Like I'm judging yours right now, you're judging mine. We all judge processing speed as a baseline because of what we know about each other. I would say your processing speed right now is not slow. So,
Thank
I mean, we're judging processing me. I'm just saying to you.
Yeah. But
Only I've seen him interact on interviews, and that was it.
Right.
When he wasn't in movies.
right. But Willy Wonka doesn't matter to you. You see him in that movie, Charlie and Chocolate Factory? Did you look at that one when you were comparing his processing speed?
Do I have to answer that question, Your Honor?
You have to answer questions. Yes, sir.
No, you'll be happy to know I didn't see Willy Wonka, I didn't see 21 Jump Street when it happened, or whatever it was about. No, I did not.
That one is tied, has some correlation with IPV, right?
Narcissism has correlation with IP. Again, you're not allowing me to answer. You're splitting hairs. You're splitting hairs between the traits that are consistent with, which all I'm commenting on is behaviors and traits that are consistent with the diagnosis. And Mr. Depp, narcissism absolutely has risk factors associated with IPV.
Let's go back again, and maybe we can focus on the question I asked you, and we can get an answer that's addressed to that question. Narcissistic personality disorder is a risk factor for IPV, yes or no?
Yes.
And you've previously testified that there is no literature at which you are currently aware that the mere presence of narcissistic traits is a risk factor for IPV.
Am I answering the question?
Yes.
That's incorrect.
You didn't testify that.
Cluster B traits, which narcissistic personality disorder is part of, is a huge risk factor for intimate partner violence, which include cluster B traits include narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, amongst others. So the answer to the question is every resource on intimate partner violence will support that cluster B traits, where narcissistic personality falls under, is a risk factor for intimate partner violence.
Any single trait is a risk factor for IPV.
Again, I will repeat, cluster B traits. I didn't say any trait. I said cluster. No, you said any.
Let me be more precise then.
Okay.
Any narcissistic trait in and of itself is a risk factor for IPV.
But you are mischaracterizing what I said. What I said, I'm pretty sure I said cluster. If you look at all the intimate partner violence literature, and I would behoove you to do so, you will see that cluster B traits. I didn't say narcissistic per se. Cluster B traits, where narcissistic personality disorder is part of, are risk factors for intimate partner violence, part and parcel uniformly true. And I'm not sure, the thing I don't understand is, I'm not sure why we're arguing psychiatry, because I'm telling you what it is.
Dr. Siegel, you just need to answer the questions.
Okay.
There you have it. Now, I don't know if you got a kick out of the trial as much as I did, but witnesses like this is why I kept watching. This doctor was getting grilled like a well-done steak. Please like and subscribe, and I'm out.